All right. Well, welcome. We are so excited here at Women's Business League to kick off the month of March. March is all about celebrating women. It's Women's History Month, and we're here to celebrate all month long. And we have an incredible series lined up of powerhouse trailblazing women. And I'm so excited to be here with Susan Kanoff. I'm going to let her do her proper introduction, but she is somebody that everybody absolutely needs to know. I had the pleasure of sitting down with Susan last week for a very intimate lunch. And gosh, I have goosebumps still thinking about it. And I really want folks to take away from today is that taking time to get to know somebody and to really get to know who they are as a person and the story behind how she built it is really what this series is about for the month of March. So we're so excited to learn more about Susan and kind of, her backstory and how she built it. But Susan, do you mind just sharing with the audience how incredible you are and what you have been up to? Like you have your hands in so many different things, and I can't wait for them to get to know you. So
Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, I'm blushing here.
I
Uh,
know.
Thank you. That was really a very sweet introduction. I'm honored to be a part of this. So yeah, I have my hands in a lot of things, probably too many things. Women, I'm sure, can relate to that, right? We're all trying to do everything. Um,
Same.
but I'm a bunch of things. I'm a former social worker. I worked with low-income families, coaching them to move out of poverty. I ran a federal program for 25 years. During that time, I started a business as a wardrobe stylist and a blogger and a style influencer, which I'm still doing, which is the midlife fashionista. I just needed this side gig that was creative and fun. I love fashion. I love helping women just feel their best and own their power. And then basically what happened was a lot of my private styling clients started asking me where they could send their clothes. So they wanted me to pass them on to someone directly who needed them. So I started bringing them into my office, turned into one big mess. My office was just overflowing with clothes, but this little kind of thing that I offered women, which wasn't so little, which was helping them to choose an outfit that made them feel good, or for a job interview, or for a court date, or whatever it was, took off. And it became wildly popular as like this kind of adjunct service that I gave them, that I provided them with. And it won a state award. And I didn't even have a name for it. I was like, this isn't even a program. It's just clothes in my office and racks, a big mess. But it became really popular. So in 2016, I combined everything: the social work, the wardrobe styling, the blogging, the influencing, and I started Uncommon Threads, which is a nonprofit that's 8 years old. I'm proud to say we passed that 5 year kind of crucial mark. Um, and we provide women in need with not just beautiful clothes and styling services, which is what we do, but also, as a tool for basic health, right? I mean, clothes are really essential. Clothes, food, shelter, we need all these things. They're in need. But we take clothing a step further and nurture mental health as well, so that women build self-esteem and self-worth and feel good about themselves when they go out into the world, whatever that might be. So it might be for a job. It might be a stay-at-home mom who just really needs clothes. It might be a woman who doesn't have a winter coat in the winter,
Oh,
which we have a bundle up program that the first week we rolled it out this year. Actually, it was 2024 in November. The first week we rolled it out, we had over 100 women come in for a coat and
oh,
boots and gloves. But it's all with dignity and respect. Uncommon Threads does not look like a social service program. It looks like a boutique. There are dressing rooms. It's beautiful. It's warm. It's inviting. Um, and then what came out of that was Uncommon Closet, which is a social enterprise or a store where we sell to the public designer items, boutique items, and everything, and this is all women's, I should say, women's apparel, everything that we make in Uncommon Closet supports Uncommon Threads. So it's a nice circle of love and support and kindness and magic and all of that, just everything that we need right now.
I mean, am I right? Everybody watching here, am I right? Isn't she amazing? Talk about heart-centered leader, a trailblazer. So you took something that you were so passionate about and turned it into this incredible purpose. I mean, I've been to your galas and they are nothing short of amazing. I mean, I leave there every year more uplifted and inspired by the work that you're doing. And I agree, it's not about the clothes, it's about the confidence that comes from them. You know, that they're able to hold their head a little higher. I just applaud the work that you're doing. I really do. I know you said this is all within the 8 years of starting, and
Uncommon Threads, yes.
Uncommon Threads. And I read on your stories today, you actually just put this up today, that 2024, you served over 6,000 women.
Yeah, I think it's actually closer to 7,000. But yes, over 6,000 women. It was a really busy year. I mean, the need was off the charts. We're expecting another crazy busy year in 2025. It's already started out that way. Yeah, there's a huge need in the greater Lawrence area.
So can you tell everybody where it's located again?
Sure. We're at 60 Island Street in Lawrence, Massachusetts. So Lawrence is a city that has struggled for years. There's a lot of poverty, a lot of homelessness, a lot of single moms, who are struggling to support their children, high unemployment rate. So it's the right place for Uncommon Threads. And there's a lot of social service, agencies in the area. So there's a lot of networking and support between all of us.
Yeah, I want to keep talking about Uncommon Threads for a couple more seconds here, but then I want to ask a little bit more about you. Since we're talking about the gala, is there one coming up in 2025? Yes.
Okay. And tickets will be available, I would bet, over the next month or two. What are we going into March? Yeah, I would think, probably sometime in April, I'm guessing.
All right.
Click on the website, June 12th, mark your calendar, everyone. At the Andover Country Club, it will be in the evening. Usually starts at like 5 or 5:30. We will have client speakers. We're going to have Jessica Fine as the MC, who is this incredible book author and talk about a trailblazer and inspirational woman. So we have influencers from all over the country who attend. It's really fun, but it's really, like you said, heartfelt and inspiring as well.
It is. Yeah. So mark your calendars. You said June 12th, right?
June 12th. Yep.
Mark your calendar right now.
Thursday night.
And how do the folks listening right now follow you over at Uncommon Threads? Is it at Uncommon Threads?
So, I should have checked that. When we took out all these social channels, a lot of the handles were taken, so we had to tweak it a little bit. So Uncommon Threads on Instagram is Uncommon Threads Boutique, and make sure you put an S on Threads. Uncommon Closet is Uncommon Threads _closet. So that's the social enterprise. And if you search those on Facebook, you'll find Uncommon Threads and Uncommon Closet just as they are on Facebook. Yeah.
And we're all going to hop on and follow. And we're going to keep our eye out on how we can help and get involved. Do you want to share a quick little moment that is like really near and dear to my heart? Is that with Women's Business League, every single chapter of Women's Business League has a charity component, a nonprofit that we all come around and support. And we're so excited that Uncommon Threads has been with WBL for so long. You still are, an active member, and we have our signature event. It's called our Summer Soiree every year. And in the past, we've donated how many, Susan? Like
hundreds
like
of
800 bags.
Yeah, like crazy amount. You have been so incredibly supportive, and talk about kind and caring. and magical. I mean, there is nothing better than women supporting women,
Oh,
and you do it perfectly.
thank you. Thank you. And we're so excited to be able to still be a part of that in some way. So we're all here for you, Susan, and the work
We
that you're
appreciate you. Every
doing.
single member, and you and Melissa have been incredible.
And I want to talk about you a little bit now. And one question that comes up a lot, and I think we all hear, we're in I don't want to say the spotlight because the work we do drives us and fuels us, and it's our passion, right? But you're, a nonprofit founder, you're a style blogger for the midlife fashionista, you're an influence. If it's okay, you're a cancer, if I say that,
Yes.
cancer.
The one thing I forgot to say, right?
Yeah, yeah. You mover and shaker award winner. You have you do these lives with kicking cancer in the heels. Is that the correct platform?
Kicking cancer in heels. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why I said you have your hands in a lot of different things. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about, kicking cancer in the heels,
Sure.
and what that looks like, and if there's any support we can give you there.
Sure. So in 2018, about a little over a year after I started Uncommon Threads, I got diagnosed with CLL, which is chronic lymphocytic leukemia, which is a chronic form of leukemia, no cure, but treatment. And then COVID hit, right? And
Oh,
oh my God, I was so isolated. I mean, my
oh,
immune system
isolated.
still isn't great, but back then, before treatment, it was even worse. So I was really isolated, and I joined some online support groups. I found Michelle Nadine Baker, who's a really well-known patient advocate. She has the same cancer that I do, and she lives in Boston, and we're around the same age. So we connected. We decided we wanted to kind of turn our lemons into lemonade, and we started a national support group for women living with CLL, which is the first one in the country. And then we also started Kicking Cancer in Heels, which is an online platform, Instagram, Facebook, a website, to give women hope, really, women living with cancer, or impacted with cancer, survivors of cancer, or maybe their caregivers. We unfortunately have all been impacted by
I
cancer
know.
in some way, shape, or
Yeah.
form. We all know someone, and or ourselves. So yeah, there's resources, Instagram Lives with doctors, cancer patients, cancerpreneurs, women who have started businesses during their cancer journey. And so it's just something we're doing, really as a community service right now. But it's brought me a lot of joy and a lot of hope as well. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, you can find us on Instagram at Kicking Cancer in Heels, and on Facebook too.
Oh, am I right? Isn't she amazing? I mean,
So I'm a little crazy, I will say it. Like, maybe, kind of it's a good thing, but it's also like a little crazy because I just jump. It's like I don't
right.
usually, I'm not strategic. I don't think. I just know what I need to do or know what I want to do, and I just do it. And then sometimes I say, oh my God, what did I get myself into? This is created. Sometimes things take on a life of its own.
Yeah,
You don't expect it to, and it's all good, but it's a lot of work too.
it is. It's all good. And I think folks need to hear that, right? Like, I think opportunities present themselves often, but you have to be able to recognize it and be so passionate about it for it to come to life, right? Um,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
so there's opportunities that come away that we say no to, right? Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's that yes and no. You see different people saying different things. It's the year of the yes, it's the year of the no, right? It should be the year of the yes if it's something that fuels you
that's
and
right.
charges you up and that you're passionate about and that you have the time and the energy to do. And it should be no if it drains you and depletes you. That's a no.
That is absolutely right.
Yeah.
And this leads me into like a really great question for you, Susan. How do you balance ambition, this passion that you have, your hands are in everything, with self-care, like in your personal life? Like, how do you make it all work?
Yeah.
This is a common question and topic that women struggle with, right? So I think
Yeah.
we share a little bit there.
All I want to say is ha ha ha, you know. I mean, I'm getting a little better at it as I get older. I'm working more at home. I have a little more flexibility over my schedule. And, you know, I will tell you that the combination of getting older, I'm 63, so the combination of getting older and getting a cancer diagnosis really makes you reevaluate. And my advice for everyone who is overdoing it, burning the candle at both ends, take a step back. And I don't care if you have to write it into your calendar every single day. This is my half hour for meditation. This is my half hour for yoga. This is my half hour to go for a walk. Whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's so important. When I started on Common Threads, in the beginning, I was actually still working as a social worker. I didn't financially have the ability to leave my job and not take any salary for a while. You know, and I was doing my blogging and my influencing. So that was a whole other job.
A whole other, yeah.
And we were building a house and we were displaced for a year. We had everything in storage. We had construction issues. I was burning the candle at all ends. I mean, I didn't sleep, and plus menopause.
And
And
kids, you have
oh,
two
all older kids,
older,
my kids
yeah.
were grown, but still, you know, and I felt myself going down that spiral of
Right.
not feeling well. And I would say, you know, nothing in this world, nothing matters except your health. You can't take care of your family, you can't take care of your job, you can't do your job. Nothing matters. So build that self-care in. It is so important because you'll get sick. I mean, your body can only take so much. And I'm
Yeah.
an example. I mean, I can't say that's why I got cancer, but you know, cancer does occur when you're really kind of not doing, you're not functioning, your cells
Oh,
aren't functioning well, you're not sleeping, you're not eating, you know, it does have more of an opportunity to kind of come into your life, unfortunately.
I want you all to rewind this segment and listen to this again. I mean, I think that was really great, impactful advice. Thank you for sharing that. I know it's
Yeah,
personal. It's really personal, and I felt that. So thank you for just sharing that with us, because it is real, and we don't, we're women. We try to do it all and wear all the hats, and
yeah.
it's so hard.
And we live in a society that's very demanding.
Right.
So, you know, and we feel like we do need to do it all.
Right. And we were talking a little while ago. This is kind of like a funny little moment, but Instagram reality versus real life.
Yeah,
Like another level of you is the midlife fashionista, right? Like that is a whole other job where folks might be interested in learning a little bit more about what you do there. But showing up on Instagram, everything's perfect and great and pretty, and here we are, like in our sweatpants and our slippers, like Instagram versus reality.
we both have slippers on,
Like
but we look good from the top up.
we we do. So with the midlife fashionista, I think this is a great segue into the other burning question that we all hear all the time, is the imposter syndrome. Like,
Yeah.
does that ever kind of come into play for you?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been an imposter since I was 2. I mean, in a different way. So in a way
Okay.
that I always tried to be perfect. I always wanted the world to see, you know, someone who was happy and fun. And
Yeah.
inside, I mean, my self-esteem was so in the toilet as a kid. I was a really unhappy kid. Right through to adulthood, I went through a nasty divorce. I was a single mom for a while, financially struggled, you know, the whole 9 yards. So what you see isn't always what you get. And, you know, I really wanted to, I know we were going to talk about this question, and I really wanted to dig into it.
Yeah.
Imposter syndrome is really a whole bunch of different things. I would say most women have it in one shape or another. Self-doubt. I mean, don't we all have self-doubt? Fear of failure. Yes, sign me up. Over preparing. Yep. Comparing yourself to others. Yep. Avoiding praise. Yep. Low self-esteem. I mean, those are all things that go into imposter syndrome. And I think as I get older, I am
Mm.
so much more myself. I mean, than I ever was. I just don't care what people think. And
Time
I
flies.
have, yes, I have had on Instagram, I mean, I'm 63, my legs are starting to, show that I'm 63. And I have worn some short skirts and a bathing suit and everything else. And I've had women say to me, oh, honey, you know, you're 63. I don't think you can do that anymore. And my answer to them was, no rules. I'll do what I want. Thank you very much. And so as I get older, I have more confidence in myself. I
I
don't
love
care. I'll
that.
go without makeup more often.
I love it.
Like, I just don't care. Life is precious. Be who you are. People like you, they're going to like you for who you are. They don't like you. Well, you know what? And perfectionism is a big part of that too. And I've been a
It is.
perfectionist I struggle with that still.
Yeah.
I think I drive everybody crazy. I love to write. I like it to be, perfect in my mind. Who knows if it's good or not good, right? But that's a tough one, a
Yeah.
tough for a lot of women. So, but the more you can be who you are and own your power, whatever that power is, we all have individual powers. Um, do it. One of the posts on Instagram that I got, it was actually a story that I got the most hits on was when I was lying in bed during my cancer treatment with my hair a total mess, no makeup. I looked really bad. I was struggling with daily fevers, convulsive fever. I was really, really sick. And I just said to them, look, this is real life.
It's
Yes,
real.
you may have seen me in a beautiful outfit last week, but this is really what I'm dealing with right now. And I had so many people say thank you, like I'm going through cancer right now. My sister's going through a cancer, you know, um, treatment right now, or, I've been dealing with a debilitating disease. We all have something.
We do. Yeah.
So we need to be real. The more
I,
we all try to be an imposter, the harder it is for other women because then
I,
we're all spiraling in this same mess.
yeah. Wow. I mean, you are such an inspiration. And for you to be able to just talk so openly about some of these moments and, really shed light on real life, I think is so impactful and powerful for anybody to listen to. Oh,
I just
so
think we learn from each other,
no,
and the more we do share, the more connected we become. So the more we talk about real life versus
real.
fairy tale land, the more we feel like it's okay. If anyone does go to the Midlife Fashionista page,
Yep.
pinned to the top is me walking down a street, and I think I have a hat on. I think, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm walking down a street and you'll see on the overlay trauma survivor, abuse, single parent, divorce, all the, like, not even all the things, many of the things that I've gone through in my life. And if you read some of the comments, I mean, we've all been through something. I
Something.
feel like I've been through a little more than I need to be, than I want to be through. But yeah, I mean, that's real.
It's
And
real. And I think, at lunch, you would ask me for a quote and it keeps like running through my head. And it was, don't let the hard harden you.
love that.
And knowing that everybody has a story, a journey, we all do. And I think we had shared that if somebody tells you that life is perfect and they haven't had anything, they're not being true. They're not
Yeah.
being real. So just being kind and always being kind because you don't know what people are going through is really so important for
That,
all of
um,
us.
that that happens at Uncommon Threads too.
Yeah.
I always tell the volunteers and the staff, like you could see a client coming in being, maybe she seems rude or she seems gruff or in a bad mood. You don't know. She
Oh,
could have just, been abused. She could be living in a shelter. She may have gotten in a phone call last night that one of her kids is in the emergency room. I mean, you just don't know. And
yeah.
and kindness is key.
Yeah. And I think, just to kind of end, you have to be kind to yourself too,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's a
That's
full
just
circle
it.
thing. Outward, inward, outward, inward. It's never gonna stop. Just be kind. Take care of yourself. Wow. We kind of talked a lot there, and I want the listeners to also hear you have some exciting things coming up too. I know you have some stuff on the horizon. You have the gala coming up. So can you just kind of leave us with some of these exciting moments for you and what the future's looking like?
Yes. So the big exciting thing is that I can travel again after years of being so crazy immunocompromised. I'm getting back on a plane. I am living life again, which is great. I'm in remission for a while.
Unbelievable.
Hopefully it lasts for, they're hoping 5 to 7 years. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But the big thing is that I am being featured in a book that is published, and it's by my friend Dina Alvarez, two friends, and Dina Aronson. They're out of New York. And it's called Midlife Private Parts. And it's an anthology of midlife stories, midlife women's stories. And they asked me to write a chapter about just kind of what we talked about, like how I got from here to here, and kind of lessons. So that is actually available on Barnes and Noble and Amazon for pre-order.
Ooh,
It will be officially launched, I think, in April or so.
April.
I think. But you can pre-order it now. I'm really excited to read some of the other stories. These women, I mean, I feel like, you know, I, I can't even believe they chose me for this book because and this is that negative, right? This negative
Yeah.
message. These other women are just like jaw-dropping. I mean, you'll recognize some of the names. I mean, they're really big in their field. So I'm really honored to be a part of it, and I can't wait to read it. And one of the women who is in the book, Jessica Fine, is the one who is actually going to be emceeing the gala. So that's that big circle. That's how that came about.
That is so incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, so the pre-order, I'm definitely gonna hop on. I can't wait to get my hands on this book. And
Be amazing.
I know. And then one more time, the gala, just so everybody has it on their
Yeah.
calendar, can you just
Yeah.
shout it out?
Sure. June 12th at the Andover Country Club. It's a Thursday evening, and tickets, will be on sale on our website. I'm not sure of the exact date. I'm not coordinating the gala this year. But if you go to Uncommon Threads, make sure there's an S on threads.org,
Okay.
and you sign up for our e-news, you will be
Oh,
kept abreast, kept up to date on everything that happens, all the events, the
okay.
store, everything that we have going on. So you'll know when tickets go on sale. Bring your friends. It's so much fun. Bring your
It
friends,
is.
your colleagues. We're looking for sponsorships. If anyone has a business and wants to be a sponsor, we'll be looking
Okay.
for silent auction items, all of that. So
Wonderful.
fun,
So
fun.
exciting. Well,
Thank
thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us this morning.
you.
Women's History Month, like I said, we're celebrating all month long. We have an incredible lineup of inspirational women like Susan on deck. We have about 4 other interviews, along with our big celebration, which is International Women's Day. Women's Business League celebrates every year. It's a beautiful luncheon. And this year we're hosting it at the Blue Ocean Event Center. And it's on the Friday before International Women's Day. So it's being celebrated by us on 3/7. It's a Friday. And tickets are live right now. So for anybody else who wants to kind of be in the room, we have 3 incredible speakers lined up for the event. We just announced them yesterday. So be sure to hop on womensbusinessleague.com and check out our speaker lineup and grab your seat. So
I
that's
just put that down. I'm going to check the date. I hope
yay.
I can go because that
I
sounds incredible.
I hope so. We would absolutely
Yes.
love to have you in the room
Yes.
with us. Yes.
Thank you.
All
And thank
right.
you for
Well,
having me. I just love this series. And I feel like every woman is inspiring. Every woman's a trailblazer. We all have different stories.
we do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.